Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Kirsty, and this is my Uncle Bo,
It's Jimmy Bitch,
and we are the same person.
written in a different font. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for coming and hanging out on the couch with us and having a drink. We have had a little bit of an extended break. Cheers to everybody. We've had a little bit of an extended break because of the holidays, but we are back and we are looking to have a little bit of fun and some laughs and, talk about what's going on in the world. I think we have a few segments for you today. Obviously, Turn Uncle Bo into a Swifty, part 4. And then we're going to talk about just some things that are going on in the world. Want to make sure that we just want to make sure that we touch on the Trump sentencing, the LA fires, the TikTok ban, and where people are going. So thank you for joining us. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you are a returning person, welcome back. And please do all of the happy things: like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. We appreciate all of your support, and thanks for joining us. All right. Turn Uncle Bo into a Swifty, week 4. Kirsty, what was our assignment this week?
So, this week we have 6 songs. I added a little bonus song in there. We have You're on Your Own, Kid, My Tears My
Ricochet?
Tears My Tears My Tears Ricochet. My Tears Ricochet. Willow, I Forgot That You Existed, You Need to Calm Down, and Me. So, let's start with the first one. You're on Your Own, Kid. This is from the Midnight's album. What did you think?
So I was trying to kind of not know what album I was looking at when I was listening to these, but sometimes it's kind of hard to not figure it out pretty quickly. So You're on Your Own, Kid. It's a pretty monotone up front, and not in a bad way, but simple. Even the choruses were kind of flat, but it does keep adding things, just a little bit as the song goes on. So I liked the extra higher notes and stuff in the instrumental. It has like a definite dreamy, faded memory feel to it, and I feel like that was kind of like the monotone of it was like it's being looked back on and it's faded and dreamy, and that's why it was kind of in that vein, which I felt like was a really interesting vibe for the song, even though it's not my favorite dynamically, but like the way that the lyrics were playing, it felt like a faded photograph, and I thought that was an interesting vibe.
I do want to comment. This is the song where the friendship bracelets came from. So,
I don't know what that means.
so at the Eras tour, that everybody was trading friendship bracelets. It was like a huge thing.
Oh, okay. I
Um,
did not know this. Yeah.
everybody made Yeah, everybody made like a ton of friendship bracelets. People were leaving like their whole arms were filled with friendship bracelets. This is the song where it originated from. When she's talking, she's like, I made one lyric. It said, make the friendship bracelets, and you guys
Mm.
took it. Like, she goes to Toronto and they're like hanging huge friendship bracelets like Eras tour outside of her stadium, and she's like, I didn't really think that lyric was going to be this big, but now it's kind of her brand now. Like, when you hear friendship bracelets you think of Taylor Swift, so I just thought that was pretty cool. But I have no idea what your favorite lyric's going to be, but I think that you're going to rate this a 6.
So my favorite lyric, my friends from home don't know what to say. I looked around in a blood-soaked gown and I saw something they can't take away. And I know my lyrics that I choose are always going to be the darker ones, but that's just who I am. But I didn't love this song. I appreciated the vibe. I went back and forth on what I was going to rate this song a couple of times, and I'm like there were things that I liked about it, so I just gave it a flat 5. Like it's a perfectly average song. I liked it enough. I thought that the vision of the song, if it is what it was, or if I was just reading into it, was pretty cool. But I like a little more dynamics in my music, so it was fine.
We always say this is Taylor's favorite child. So it obviously means a lot to her. It's probably supposed to just mean a lot to her.
Yeah,
It's not like a song that's gonna touch everybody the way that it hits her, but she sings it a lot, and she sings "You're on Your Own, Kid" and "Maroon" a lot in her surprise songs.
gotcha.
So,
Maroon is still
it's
something that is really sticking out to me, just so people are aware. Even
it's a
though
good song.
I don't even think I gave Maroon that high of a rating, but it has stuck with me.
You started off low, and then you listened to it again, and then you gave it a higher rating.
Okay, yeah, I gave it a 6.5 and then I bumped it up to an 8. So I did recognize pretty quickly
And
there's
a
gonna
lot of
be
these songs,
something.
the first time I listened to them, I was like, "Eh," but
Y
I don't know
yeah,
what it is. I'll listen to a song 5 times, and then all of a sudden it just, like, clicks to me. Like, this isn't a song that I listened to the first time and was like, "Oh, I love it." So, I
yeah.
definitely understand the lower rating.
Yeah, I mean, again, we'll see what happens. Once again, I did buy all of these songs to support Taylor, and I did put them in my same person, different font playlist.
Playlist.
Yeah, so song number 2 was My Tears Ricochet.
Yeah.
So this song also kind of felt kind of bland to me. Are they from the same album? No, they're from.
No, "You're on Your Own, Kid" is Midnight's, "My Tears Ricochet" is Folklore.
Okay. So when the bridge comes in, they added some strings and some beats, and I really started to enjoy that there. It's the same kind of weird, dreamy feel to this song as there was to the last song. It was very ethereal, but I really wanted it to soar. Like I wanted it to take off and go somewhere. And it seemed to just want to hover. So you forgive me because I talk about music like they're entities, like the music is
Yeah.
the thing. And I wanted it to soar and I wanted it to go somewhere. And it seemed to just want to kind of hover there. And I think I'm gonna have to come back to this one.
So, Folklore and Evermore, I always say these are, like, her depressing albums. They're sister albums. She wrote them both and came out with them both over COVID.
Oh, okay.
Um, and she tells everybody that typically she writes songs about herself and her life, and everybody knows that.
Mm,
So everybody takes apart every single song and they try to pick who it's about and what she's talking about. But she said that both Evermore and Folklore, she wrote them about a made up place in her imagination, and they're fake characters, and she's
mm.
never done that before. And if you watch some of the music videos from those albums, it's very, I don't know even the word to describe them. It looks like it's from someone's imagination, like
Yeah, yeah.
a dream.
Gotcha, gotcha. Any pick of lyric?
No, this isn't one of my favorites, actually. I picked it because It Ends With Us,
Mm,
the movie that just came out, and it's perfect in that movie, and in the scene, it's about domestic violence, and it's dark and depressing and sad, and this song is perfect in the movie, so
gotcha. Well, the lyric that I chose is, "And if I'm on fire, you'll be made of ashes too." I liked that. I liked that a
mhm,
lot because, darkness is the
dark,
yeah,
dark.
So if anybody wants to be guessing about my lyrics, always pick the dark ones. So what do you think that I rated this one?
Probably the same as the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, I gave it a 5. Song number 3 is Willow.
Willow.
Yes. This
This is
video
from
was
Evermore.
this video was cute right away. I liked it. I liked the video. Like it was just a cute video, and it was much brighter than the last couple of songs, and I know I talk about darkness in my lyrics, but the brightness as opposed to the muted of the last 2 songs was a nice change to the other 2. There was really good dynamics in the production, and the guitar riff in that was really great. It's very addictive. Um,
Mhm.
I was having a really hard time listening to the lyrics because I just kept following that little guitar riff that was going. I really liked that riff. It was a lot of fun. This is the one that there was the witches in the woods.
They're all woodsy. Evermore
Yeah.
folklore. That's the word I was looking for. It's woodsy. Like even the Eras tour, they have the folklore cabin and it's all built around like this dream of this woodsy area. These are the two albums that aren't pop. Remember I was telling you they were like,
They were like something like alternative or something.
yeah, yeah,
Once I have more to go on, I'll have an opinion about that probably, but I don't really yet. It's funny because you're saying alternative, and my lyric that I chose was, "But I come back stronger than a '90s trend," which is when alternative became a
yeah.
thing. So
Uh-huh. Okay, I could have guessed that one. That's a
yeah,
good one.
what do you think that I gave this one?
A 7.5.
I gave it a
Are we doing
6.5.
point fives?
I gave it a 6.5 just for the riff. So bonus points to you for picking the point 0.5 in general.
I like Willow, but none of them are ones that if I pick to put on a Taylor song, yeah, I'll pick that one. I like more of the upbeat songs.
Yeah,
Which
well,
Willow is getting there, and I hope that you understood where I was going with how I ordered them. Because
oh, yes, I get it now. Yes.
okay,
I didn't really think about it at the time, but as now that we're going through it
Willow's like the transition into the upbeat.
into the upbeat.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And it again, it's not the upbeat, it's the beat. It's
Yeah.
like I do like upbeat songs a lot, you know.
Because Maroon isn't upbeat.
Mm,
It's just not one sound.
it's
I don't
not
know
flat.
music like you,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just not like the one piano playing the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, dynamics is the word that you're looking for. So when it does the thing where it goes up and then it goes down and it, you know,
Yeah.
it has different tempos in it. I'm a big fan of songs that have a lot of dynamics in them.
See, I think that's the difference between you're listening for like the music
Mm.
and those flat songs are the ones that are telling a story. I'm listening to the words. Do you
And
know what
I'm
I
trying
mean?
to listen to the words, but
And and a lot of times I had to actually read the lyrics,
mm,
understand what was going on because I do get bored. You're exactly right. I get bored with the sound. If it's not catching my ear, then I'm like next, next. But then
mm.
I wanted to know more about her. So then I just started like reading them and I was like, "Oh my god, the story's good." And I'm not so much listening to what you're listening to.
Yeah, and
So,
I mean, I'm I'm a big fan of that because if you look at my love of Tori Amos, which is a journey that I do need to bring you on to some degree.
we can
Uh,
do that. I'm up
when
for it.
you listen to Tori Amos, there's a life story being told there, and
Yeah,
not quite as straightforward as what Taylor seems to be doing. Like it's more nuanced. It's more she's not saying things directly. She's using metaphor for those things. And you as a listener are able to listen to the lyrics and kind of like figure out
interpret.
yeah, interpret it the way that you wanted. And songs that mean this to me might mean something different to you. And Tori will never say which one is right.
Right.
And that's on purpose. Um
And Taylor is like that a lot of times. A lot of things that I'm saying is actually what's happening is just me assuming.
yeah,
She's not actually saying that we're right. So how we're listening to them is kind of how you listen to Tori. I'm saying it like I know, but I actually have no fucking clue what the song is about. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to piece together how
a
you guys
story.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's
Okay.
great. So number 4, I forgot that you existed. Um, I loved the piano and the beat immediately. Um, and just from the thing, I was like, this is the same album as A Thousand Cuts, Death by a Thousand Cuts.
First,
Even if I hadn't of seen that picture, it feels the same. Like,
it yeah.
not in a
Lover
bad
is
way.
pop. Straight pop.
Not in a bad way. It felt the same, and I was like, "Oh,
It's
this
feel good music,
I
though.
know that." I was like, "I know this." I really liked it. It's upbeat, it's perky, it's fun. I listened to this twice. Uh,
I love this song.
um,
It's one of my favorites for sure. I will
it
play this in the car every single time I get in the car.
it was great. My lyric, do you have a guess or no?
No.
"Your name on my lips, tongue-tied, free rent living in my mind,"
Fine.
was the lyric that I chose. Any guesses on my rating?
7.5.
I gave it an 8.
What? I love getting 8s.
Yeah, it was really good. I
It's
really liked this
fun.
song. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it really did feel like Death
And
from a
it's
Thousand
so
Cuts when
corny.
it is corny, but it was fun.
It's so fun. She's not saying anything deep, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's funny because I wish that Tori did have things like that. But yeah, no, this was a good song. I liked it. Song number 5, You Need to Calm Down. So the beat and the groove for this one was fun and great. Literally everybody was in this video. Ryan Reynolds was in this video.
Everyone.
I was like, where are all of these people coming
What's
from?
happening? Yeah.
Yeah, it was cute. My lyric for this that I chose is because Shade never made anybody less gay.
Hey, less gay.
Yeah.
This was right around when there was
Mm.
a lot of hate and all that towards transgenders, and she made this song.
So I feel kind of weird. It felt kind of weird and pandery, like lyrically and conceptually, but it's also kind of a bop. So, like, that was kind of fighting in my head, and I feel kind of weird. So, like, I love when celebrities support the LGBT community or minorities or anybody when they support people, right? I think that that's a great thing. But I also feel weird when straight people sing songs specifically about gay people. Like,
Well, a lot of her staff is gay. All the men from the Eras tour. Like, she has always been very close with people in the LGBT community, for sure. If she was not once a part of it.
yeah.
But
Well,
she
I
could
mean,
have been, like, she might have dabbled, most women do. So,
yeah. All I'm saying is that oftentimes when straight, particularly women, but when straight artists or artists who present straight sing songs about gay people, it feels a little weird to me. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I think it's a, valid thing to sing about. It just feels weird to me.
oh, we need to divulge more into this. I need
Okay.
to know why.
I don't know. I mean, like, so we look at Madonna, who is a big, huge gay rights activist. I can't stand Madonna now,
Yeah.
but like, let's go back to the 80s and the 90s, where like the majority of her dancers were gay, and she did the concert for AIDS, and she was supporting the gay community specifically with her fame, and that was
Yeah.
wonderful and great. Then you have like Lady Gaga who comes and sings a song called Born This Way, which feels a little bit weird. Like it feels like she's singing about my life, my experience when she can't really understand my experience, right? Like, don't write from my perspective. Writing from my perspective when you haven't lived my perspective is weird. Be supportive. All of that is great. Like I want that.
Right.
I need that.
Which
But
I totally agree, but I don't think Taylor was writing from a gay person's perspective. I think that she was writing from a perspective of a straight person whose friends were getting.
I would prefer for her to go to a rally or to speak at an event or to give money. And once again, it's not a criticism. This is a me thing. This isn't a her thing. This is 100% a me thing. It just makes me feel weird, like
Like Chapel Rowan.
it,
Like her whole
that makes me feel weird too.
entity. Okay. That see, now I'm understanding more because
And
she
I love
literally
Chapel
bases
Roan.
her whole figure off of the LGBTQ.
Yeah, and it's
So
fine that she is LGBTQ and or claims to be or whatever it is that she is. I love her music. I'm not crazy about her in particular.
it's
Um,
kind of
uh,
mean.
yeah, she's kind of mean.
Like
I mean,
nasty.
yeah, yeah, she's very nasty, but I love her music. But it makes me uncomfortable how that is the thing that she's selling. Is
So I sometimes wonder if that is towards your generation of
probably
LGBTQ
mm,
because you had to like
hide.
it wasn't socially acceptable
Hmm.
while you were doing it. And now it's like now there's pop stars singing about it and you're like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Yeah, it's weird.
yeah, so like I think it's probably more
A
generalized
me
to like
thing.
your
Yeah,
age group because a lot of the younger LGBTQ plus community really clings to those people.
yeah, me
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. I was just
Anyways,
curious.
yeah. Anyways, what did you think I rated this?
I'm gonna say a 6.5.
Right, I gave it a 7. I did
Okay,
like the
good.
song. Song number 6 was "Me." My first thought on this was, "Holy marching band beat." Like, the marching band was a lot. I mean, did she ever perform this with a marching band?
No, I don't
She
know if
should.
she's ever even performed it. I mean, she sang it probably as a surprise song, but not like in a set list.
If she could get a high school marching band to come on and play, this would be fantastic. I do think I know this song. I think the E, the me E was familiar to me. No, it's the ooh, ooh,
Ooh, ooh,
ooh.
you're never gonna find another one like me.
Like it was that. Like I recognize that. Like I definitely have heard that.
Me.
Sorry if anybody actually has to hear me do that. But, it was cute. It was a fun bop. I actually didn't pick any lyrics from this song because it was just
Because there is none.
yeah, there was really no lyrics.
I am not a big me fan, but I
Mm,
do catch myself if it comes on in the car. I do sing it because it's
mm.
like catchy. It's like
It
one of
is
those
catchy.
annoying ass catchy songs.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I would probably give
I
this a
gave it a
six.
6.5, yeah.
Yeah.
So, basically the same.
Well, the bottom half was definitely better than the top half for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
I guess we gotta do
So
Christmas recap.
we were together for Christmas. We posted
Absolutely.
on our Facebook page and Instagram and that we had all intentions of doing a live video. We had all intentions of doing a podcast with us together. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. The week went by so fast, and I have 2 kids,
Mm,
and leading up to Christmas, I was literally, like, drowning before Christmas trying to get everything done and ready, and those were probably the days that we probably could have done it.
yeah.
So
Once Christmas hit,
once
it was
Christmas yeah, because the day after Christmas, we're, like, deathly hungover,
mhm,
and nobody wants to do anything.
and then I left the next day.
So, we really didn't plan as well as we should have, but we had a lot of fun.
We did, yes.
We had a lot of fun. So, we were together Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Christmas Eve, we went to my grandma's house where you were staying,
Mhm.
and then went to my uncle's where they had a espresso martini fountain. So, it got a little bit dangerous.
It did get a little bit dangerous.
But he was promoting the fuck out of our podcast the entire night. I would lose him for a second, like, talking to somebody else, I would lose him, and I'm like, "Where's Uncle Beau?" And I would, like, look to see where he was at, and he's, like, talking to these wonderful girls, wonderful, by the way,
Absolutely.
wonderful
Hey
girls.
to the girls because thank you, you all subscribed.
They were amazing, but, like, it was the first time he's ever met them, and he was promoting the fuck out of this. I walk over, he's literally in character, like, promoting. I'm like, "You go, Uncle Beau."
I don't know
Like,
what came over me.
killing it. You were killing it. You literally sounded like a management team over there.
I had new people that I don't talk to on a regular basis, and I was like, "By the way, we have a podcast. How do you feel about this kind of thing? We would love to have you on. Come talk to us."
By the end of the night, I had 15 people saying that they wanted to be on our podcast. They wanted to come on for a guest appearance. I'm like, "Let's fucking go, Uncle Beau." Like, load him up with the espresso martinis. Just give him all, and he will network his ass off.
It went pretty well. I was pretty excited about it, to be perfectly honest. It went
And
well.
it was really cool because the girls that you were talking to are from Africa, and
Wonderful girls.
great, amazing. And they came over here and they work here. The one's getting married to my Aunt Jen's nephew, or she is married to
Hey, Aunt
her
Jen.
nephew. Love her.
We know you're listening.
Yeah, she might be the only one. Her and Grammy. But Uncle Beau so graciously told the one sister that what I came on here about, and it was equality and social reform and systematic racism. And she started talking to me about her time here and how she's treated at work and how everybody isn't fair to her. And it was so
Mm,
nice that she had enough faith in me and trust in me and to just tell me her story. And it made me feel like what we were doing really actually mattered. The craziest thing that she said, she didn't even know what racism was until she came to the United States.
mm,
Literally, that came out of her mouth. She was like, "It's not like that where I grew up. People are kind to one another and they don't treat anybody differently based on their race." And so she didn't even realize that's what was happening to her when she came here. She thought that she was doing something wrong and that's why these people were mistreating her at work. And it was sad, but it was also very eye-opening.
eye-opening, yeah.
And yeah, that, that's it's everywhere and it's really bad here in the US.
Well, and
And,
especially in certain areas of the US, yeah.
yeah, here. But
Hmm.
such a cool experience to talk to them, and hopefully one day we will have them on our podcast because I think that would be very informative to a lot of people
I
about
think
what
it
they
would be
go
great to
through
have them on.
and just to
I
hear
think
their story, you know?
I think yeah, one of the things that I think we really want to do is to tell people stories here. We also, also want to save the world and do all of the good things. But I think one of the most important things that we can do is tell people stories so that stories are out there for people to hear and listen to, whether they like it or not, isn't our problem. But
Because
I
you
think
only know what you know.
right. You only know what you know. You never know what you don't know. And so we just want to help people. We want to help people put their stories out there.
Yeah. So that was Christmas Eve. It ended with us catwalking. We did the catwalk,
Showing
which I will
here.
include the video. I will include the video. And I have to say, Uncle Bo was so mad at me for getting the catwalk down on my first try that he was like, no, you need to do it again. He was so pissed. He was trying to make it seem like I wasn't doing it right to do it again because he wasn't happy because I did it good. And we had to do his catwalk. Literally, all of the garland was just in shambles by the time that we were done with our little like
I feel
walk.
bad that we destroyed the garland. Well, I
We
destroyed the garland.
destroyed the fucking garland.
Me, I destroyed the garland. Sorry, Jen.
Like times 72. There was two pieces hanging down.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now, come on now.
We had so much fun.
We had a very, very good time. Sorry for the garland, Jen. I'll send you money. I'll pay for it.
We tore that shit up. Then Christmas Day was at my house, which I thought for sure we were going to be able to at least do a live at my house. That's on me. So I got a little bit too messed up.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have even been able to form a sentence. So
You did try, and I said no.
I tried.
I said no. Yeah, you were like, "We're going live right now," and I was like, "No, we're not." You were you were like, "We're going live right now."
I don't even remember falling asleep that night. And then I woke up and it was on my little sectional. It was Uncle Bill, both of my children, my sister, both dogs, me and my husband, all of sectional of my house. I was like, what the fuck happened? And why are we all on this little ass couch? And then I woke up, and the first thing I saw when I woke up is that Kelsey Ballerini liked my video.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
How
Show
fucking cool is that?
yeah, show the Kelsey Ballerini video here.
And my daughter sang one of her songs, which I never in a million years thought that she would ever see. And now I'm low key embarrassed that she did see it because, like, you just saw me singing bad karaoke to that fucking masterpiece of a song. But she saw it and she liked it, and that is so cool. 'Cause that's just what you do when you love someone. And that's just, I'm gonna cry. Have a car, have a plane, have a car, you would say, full proof, evergreen on your side, you just see, baby, I'm true. No conditions of dollars to the moon, no suit. I would you? Would you? Oh my god, I'm like this much closer to being famous.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now we
I'm
just
like,
got her to
Kelsey
follow the
Ballerini knows who
podcast.
I am. Yeah. Kelsey Ballerini knows who I am, so, like, all's well in the world. And
Absolutely.
I'm going to her concert, and I am very close to wearing a shirt with Kelsey Ballerini liked your video on my shirt to her concert because the whole world needs to know that she knows who I am. Doesn't really know who I am, but she knows that me and my cute ass daughter sang her song.
Yes. And I don't know who she is, but that's fine.
Okay, so was that our Christmas wrap up? Did we do anything
I
else
think that's
fun?
the
We
Christmas
were
wrap up.
we were supposed to go see Wicked sing along. We didn't do that.
Mm-mm.
No, all of our big plans. We accomplished one plan, and that was to get drunk and have fun, and we definitely did that.
We definitely did that. I think, you know, in the future, if we are going to do things, we should do them in the beginning because the end is
Oh,
always
yeah.
chaos. Yeah,
Yeah.
the end.
The problem was I have COVID PTSD from the year
Oh,
before because my kids were sick, and then literally everybody came to my house, got COVID, and everybody was dying, and I felt so guilty and horrible that I was like, "I'm not going to see anybody before Christmas Eve because if anybody gets sick, everybody's gonna blame me and my kids, and I can't deal with that again." So I was like, "Keep my distance at all costs." So maybe next year I won't be so anxious about it. Probably not, but
Well, and I'll try to come home before Christmas next year, so we'll figure it out. It has been mandated that next Christmas Adam gets to go to his family, so I don't know if I'll be there next Christmas.
don't break that news to me on recording.
Mm.
That's
I'll,
so depressing.
I'll come before that. Adam hasn't been home for Christmas in the last like 3 years.
I understand.
Yeah,
I
so
do.
his mother needs a turn. All right.
Okay.
So, last segment. Here we go. We have a few things that we want to talk about here. We just want to send our and we just want to send our condolences to Carter family, and he was a wonderful guy, and thank you for being a president and being a wonderful, wonderful person. He was probably one of the best guys that was a president.
He reminds me of Fred Rogers.
Yeah, absolutely.
He
Yeah, he was
does.
a
What was the Welcome to Mr. Well, how'd that song go?
"Won't you be my neighbor?"
Won't you be my neighbor? Yeah,
Yes.
I did look him up and learn a lot about him and his family, and seemed like he was a very good person
Yeah.
all
I don't think
around.
he wasn't a very good president, but he was a very good guy.
Everybody has said that. He was a shitty president, but he was an amazing person.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's
Oh,
okay.
yeah, I would pick amazing person over good president any day.
Yeah.
Good
So,
job.
Trump was sentenced, recently
How
in
do we go
his
from that Jimmy Carter, he's such a wonderful
wonderful
person.
person
Jump
to
right
exactly
in.
the opposite.
Yep, Trump was sentenced, and he will be the first convicted felon to become president.
Absolutely. That is the word on the street, is that he will be the first convicted felon.
For sure.
And
He still wanted it to be, like, completely thrown out, and he wants to appeal it, and he wanted to do all that before he became president, so he was not a felon whenever he is
president.
inaugurated.
Yeah. Well, too bad.
Yes. Too fucking bad. And honestly, that's the least that they could do because they didn't give him a sentence at all.
Yeah,
He just
unconditional discharge
which means he will have to do no time, no probation, and also no fines. He
and
doesn't
no
even have to
community service, nothing.
he doesn't even have to pay $1. It's honestly just a huge fuck you to America,
I
is what that
am
was.
I am curious of what's going to happen with uh the sexual assault case where he owes like, I don't know, $800 million or whatever. I'm interested to see what happens with that. But as you know, as is congruent with the current administration, well, the incoming administration, the first felon that's going to be allowed to go to any country he wants and maintain a
I'm
passport.
still I'm still, like, very confused at that part, like, how is he going to go to Australia
uh,
or Canada? Well,
I don't know. Oh yeah,
he
yeah.
wants to make Canada part of the US, so
Oh, maybe that's why he wants to make Canada part of the United States.
that makes perfect sense of why he wants to make Canada part of the US, so he
Okay,
could go
yeah,
there,
yeah. Well, I mean, we'll
because
see.
otherwise honestly, I feel like that the whole thing is just screaming rich white privilege, and especially to people in, like, my husband's experience, it's a huge
Mm,
fucking slap in the face because he would never be able to walk into a courtroom and say, "You know what? This is super inconvenient that I have to serve this sentence. Can you just get rid of it?" Like, that would never happen. And he would also probably get charged more than he probably should. So the fact that he got absolutely nothing out of it is just a huge slap in the face.
I think no matter what, this is what was going to be what was going to happen. Uh,
For
I
sure.
don't
That's
think.
why everybody was waiting on this sentencing, and I just never really understood why people were, like, hoping and praying that something was gonna come out of it because he's paid out he hasn't had to reap one consequence of his actions yet to this day. So why would it start now when he is the president-elect, you know? It's not
Yeah.
gonna happen now.
While we're on Trump, Greenland, Panama, Canada, let's take them all.
It's scary.
It
Does
is
anybody
kind of
not find
scary.
it scary?
Well, so I have a Trump supporter friend who I talk to, who I'm very close with, who is a watcher of our podcast that I appreciate very much. And we were talking the other day, and I was like, "What do you think about this Panama, Greenland thing? What am I supposed to feel? Am I supposed to feel that this is a joke? Am I supposed to feel that this is just him being blustery? Am I supposed to feel that he's just trying to piss people off by saying like random things that he knows is going to piss people off? Like, what am I supposed to feel?" And they said, "No, I think he's serious and I'm really upset about it. I don't think that this is what America needs. I think that we need to focus on what's going on here, not what's going on there." And that kind of freaked me out for a minute because
Well, isn't that the consequences to our actions?
well, without that being the without that being the
That who's that knocking at the door? That must be
with
the consequence to our actions,
without
America.
with without that being the thing that we say to them, it kind of freaked me out. That person, they were like, "No, I think he's serious. I think this is something that he wants to do, and I don't think that it's a good idea. And like we need to focus on here." That really kind of pointed out to me that maybe they didn't understand. I don't know, but I'm curious to see where this kind of thing goes. I'm staying on the side of I don't think he's serious because that makes me feel better. But
I
I
feel
guess we'll
like
find out.
he is a loose cannon, and
Oh,
honestly, you
absolutely.
just never fucking know. No,
We
like,
don't, yeah.
he could literally just say the most off the wall shit and, like, we'll be in a full out fucking war tomorrow. Like, you just don't know. Did you happen to see videos of the funeral, the Jimmy Carter funeral?
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I saw a couple of clips of it. I didn't pay a whole lot of it.
And you can just he just does not even have the poise of a president. He is not serious. You just look at him and he's like a the whole time. I think everything in every possible option is an option at this point. Like,
Yeah. I'm hoping that the majority of it is bluster or just him trying to push the envelope to piss off liberals. The the effect of what that does to the world stage is a different story because, you know, France, Germany, Canada, like all of those countries have spoken out to say, like, we take this seriously. These are sovereign nations. You can't do that. Like, that goes against NATO. On the world stage, they have to take him seriously. They have no choice but to take him seriously.
for sure.
Yeah. And here in the US, like, feel me personally, I'm like, I don't know if I should take him seriously. So I'm erring on not taking it seriously. Um, I mean,
But, like, isn't
90%.
that a sad realization that, like,
Yeah, yeah.
we don't know if we could take our president seriously? Like, is he joking?
He could
Really
be.
think that the president should joke about shit like that. Like,
Absolutely
it
not. Yeah,
shouldn't
no.
it shouldn't be our norm that we should be like, "Oh,
Yeah, he didn't mean it.
he was just fucking around."
Hmm.
Yeah, that shouldn't be the norm of America. It should be if you say it, then you mean it. If you're saying it on a public stage, like,
Right, absolutely. Then that's
in
what you
front of
mean.
the world,
We will
could
see.
I don't even know. Along with the other things that he says, he also has recently blamed all of the LA fires on
Gavin Newsom.
liberals.
Yeah.
Yeah, which instead of actually being a sympathetic and human being,
Right.
he takes a horrible, horrible, horrible thing that's happening to so many people and he uses it as political propaganda. And I feel like that's just also not where our country needs to find normalcy. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
We shouldn't accept that from a president. People are losing absolutely everything.
mm,
Cities are gone. And he takes that and uses it
well,
politically. And
even Johnson is talking about withholding aid unless certain conditions are met. And you know that's a Trump thing, right? Like,
well,
which he's
he
done to
Trump has
California
said,
before.
right. Trump has
Hmm.
said before he will withhold funds from Newsom if he wants to, which is
Right.
crazy.
It's not up to him to decide which national tragedies are worthy, depending on
Yeah,
who they
because,
voted for.
in North Carolina and all those states, he was so quick to tell everybody that Biden wasn't doing his job.
Right.
But
And
then there's a liberal state like California, and it's the complete opposite. You can't just help the people who voted for you.
and
You
and
can't.
even and even now he's saying I saw that FEMA is empty because of Biden and whatever, when in reality there's like $27 billion in FEMA right now. While that is not the most amount of money that could be in there, that's still billions of
And
dollars
the
that can
reason
be
why there
used
wasn't more was
was
because
because
all
they
the
stopped it.
Republicans voted
Yeah.
against it. It's a never-ending circle of fuckery,
And
and it's honestly exhausting.
honestly, this is the one of the reasons that I want to have people on here on in this space where we sit on this couch, um that think differently than us so that we can talk in a way that promotes n- that we shouldn't feel this way about each other. Like that we shouldn't be seeing each other as sides. If we continue to see each other as sides, then we're just going to continue to divide the country. And if I can sit down at a table and have a beer with somebody who is the biggest MAGA supporter of all, being the woke liberal lefty that I am, I feel like if we could sit across the table from one another instead of being on the internet facing one another, that we can find a way to coexist. And right now, it's just being so hard. That's why I kind of want to try to be that space for people.
Yeah, I think that's definitely doable if both sides are willing to actually listen and look at the
Absolutely,
facts and open their mind to another option, or each party understanding that they could have been given misinformation. We are never going to be able to see eye to eye unless both sides can
absolutely not.
understand that you have to do your own research, and then the facts that you're given are facts. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Well, I mean, facts aren't arguable.
right. You can't have actual facts in front of you and say fake news.
I think the degrading and the name calling needs to stop, and this is both directions because I think liberals are guilty of it, conservatives are guilty of it, um, and I think instead of trying to say to each other, "You're wrong, you're an enemy," we have to sit down and be like, we need to figure out something central that we can agree on because we all agree on some things. Everybody agrees on some things.
I feel like eyes are going to be opened once he actually does take presidency, and all the things that he promised and all the things he said he was going to do are not done. He's already said out loud on an interview that he can't change grocery prices and rent prices,
We
and
all knew
that's what
that.
everybody voted for.
Is it? Is that what they voted on? Because I'm not sure that's what they.
No, 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 that's 100% not what they voted on. That's what they tell people they voted for, but that's really not the reason behind it. So I think whenever he gets in there and he doesn't do any of those things that they've been hiding behind for a long time, then they're going to actually have to talk about their issues and reasoning behind why they actually voted for him. And I feel
Mm,
like once we start talking about the real reasons and the truth, and that's when we'll actually make progress as a country, not just
absolutely.
hide
Yeah. No,
behind what he
I do agree
was.
with that.
Yeah. Like, we need to actually sit down and have real conversations and not grocery prices, because that's not what people were voting for. So until that happens,
Well, we'll
I
see.
guess
We'll
we'll
see.
just be going to war with Canada. Canada will be like, don't bother us.
Yeah, I know.
We're fine up here. Leave us the fuck alone.
Canada doesn't want any part of us.
Literally, they just want to be left alone.
They're
They
like,
really
you are our crackhead neighbor. No.
no, no, literally, that's what they're saying. And it's so funny. Look, we're getting better at this transitioning. So, now TikTok is being banned
Oh yeah.
on the 19th.
Mm, yes, that is the date.
The 19th.
Sunday,
So
right? Yeah.
everybody who's in support of this, which if you're
Is
on TikTok, you're absolutely not in support of this. It has nothing to do with security. It has nothing to do with the Chinese spies are getting our information. It has nothing to do with that. It really, really, truly doesn't. There's not a single soul on this planet who can convince me. Because Temu and Sheen, they all have all of our fucking information too, and they're not shutting those down.
Okay.
They're mad because TikTok has taken over Facebook, Instagram. They are number one, and they can't monitor what's on TikTok. So they're telling us all this stuff about the Chinese people. They're going to take all of our data and it's a national security threat. And then you know what Americans do? They go and they download Red Note, which is Chinese. The actual app thing is in Mandarin. Like everything is in Mandarin. And Americans are going on this app and taking it over. And we are doing the exact thing that the government was saying that they were worried about. It's hilarious because on this Red Note, there's these Chinese people and they're like, welcome TikTok refugees. Literally hysterical. They're like teaching everybody how to say things in Mandarin. And they're like, welcome. We know that your government's banned TikTok. You're welcome here. It's so funny. It's the biggest like slap in the face to the government that I've ever seen, and I'm here for it. I'm fucking here for it. But now Elon Musk is in the running to buy TikTok. So now TikTok might be saved because Elon Musk wants to save it.
Somebody needs to stop this, man.
So like
Honestly, somebody needs to just stop him.
wake
Not
us up
in a
from the
bad
bad
way,
dream.
but like Elon Musk should not be allowed to buy anything else anymore. But because he's buying everything, you can't have one person owning everything. I know that Senator Ed Markley, Democrat from Mass, announced that he planned to introduce legislation to extend the deadline for TikTok. Well, yeah,
Republicans are against censorship, but they have absolutely been censoring.
right. I mean, Elon Musk is
Like
the free speech absolutist that,
that doesn't
and
allow free speech.
when people were pissed off at him about the H-1B visas and they started ripping on him, he just banned all of their accounts.
100%. Like, it's only when
Free
it's
speech
suitable for them.
absolutist. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not a free speech
like,
absolutist.
no, none of them are. They wanna be able to control the media in a way that we get the information that they want put out. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I will be speaking fluent Mandarin here shortly because
Well, I mean, your daughter probably already does.
she literally, because she listens to videos in Chinese, and I'm like, "What the hell are you watching?"
Right now, our internet is not government run. I mean, it's government regulated, but it's not government run. And
Well, we're getting
right,
close to it.
right. But if Elon Musk just starts taking control of all of the social media aspects and he's in cahoots with the
With the
US
government.
government, then that means that the US government, via Elon Musk, has control over what people can and cannot see. And that is a
Well, he's
violation of the
gonna
US
have
Constitution.
oh,
The
yeah,
government
well, that
the government
so
cannot
but he has a position, Elon Musk. He
in the
will
government.
be right.
Mhm.
So, when that time comes, then
He
what?
cannot regulate what people say. If he is okay. Well, okay, I am not a constitutional lawyer. I am not. So let's put that out on the table right now. But as I understand it, the government can make no law or regulate what people can say in a way that the government cannot say you can't say this. I can say that you can't say this. I can say you can't say fuck. And that's fine.
Like the owner of that.
I can say that, but the government cannot say that. So if the government
So like
says,
Mark Zuckerberg can say, you
mhm,
can't say this.
that's why
But since Elon Musk will be in the government, he won't be able to monitor what is
absolutely,
being said.
absolutely, because he will be part of
That's
the
very
US government.
interesting.
Because that's why when everybody got pissed off at Twitter and everybody got pissed off at Facebook for fact checking and blocking content in that way, where all of the conservative people were like, you're blocking freedom of speech. And they were like, I'm a private company. I can tell you what you can and can't put on my platform. Like,
But like why? Why would you not want to know the facts? That's where
what
I just get so confused with the whole
what Facebook and Twitter were doing were blocking not facts.
right, which that should be good.
Right, right, absolutely. But
Or at least let you say it and be like, this was proven that this is not true. Do you know what I mean? That's why True Social is what Trump tweets on.
yeah,
Tweet.
I know what it is. Yeah,
Um, he can say whatever he wants on there. It is
obviously.
like free for all. He can literally say whatever lie he would like to say on there, and there's nobody disputing that. That's why he uses True Social. It's funny
Yeah,
that it's called True Social, but yeah, because there's no fact checking on that.
right, right. And I mean, it is the right of the people who own a platform to be able to monitor and to
Track
moderate.
standpoint.
We'll see what happens. Maybe we're gonna become
It's just like a fuck around and find out type of thing in America right now.
absolutely.
Like,
Yeah, we'll
we
we'll
don't
we'll
even
see.
know what's gonna happen, and so it happens. So,
Yeah, we will see what happens.
but
Okay. So that's all we got about TikTok for the moment. We'll see we'll see where TikTok brings
we'll
us,
see what happens.
or we'll see you on
And
Red
also
Note.
our country.
Yeah,
We'll see what just happens in our
we'll
country.
see where all of that goes.
It's
Thank
a
you for
day by
joining us.
day thing.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for hanging out on the couch and having a drink with us. If you are new here, welcome. Hopefully, you enjoyed the show. And if you are returning, thank you for coming back and hanging out with us. We really appreciate you and all of your support. And if nobody told you today, um,
We love
we
you.
love you. Have a
All
good
right.
one. We'll
Thanks,
see you
guys. See
soon.
you next week.
Bye.
Shadows free.